Whether or not I support Blue Lives Matter has come up a lot lately, and to answer that question, no, I do not support Blue Lives Matter. Now, the only people who are usually upset by me saying I don't support Blue Lives Matter are the Blue Lives Matter and the All Lives Matter people. When people see me, they see a Black woman first, regardless of the lineage from my mother or my father. And not one time in 17 years in this career field can I ever remember a time that Blue Lives Matter supported the Black. Not to mention, Blue Lives Matter is a career choice. I wasn't born into law enforcement, nor was I forced to take on the role of a CO or an officer or an investigator. It was a choice. I personally had some really nasty experiences in this career field in more than one state, so there's nothing that an All Lives Matter or a Blue Lives Matter person can tell me that's going to convince me if I was ever involved in an unfortunate situation, regardless of the fact if I was guilty or if I was innocent, that Blue Lives Matter is actually going to have my back. Let me give you a quick example of something that happened to me personally so that y'all will understand. No matter if the situation is big or small, I've never seen these people come to my defense, ever. So for those of y'all who don't know, just because someone's incarcerated, it does not mean that they cannot be charged with outside charges. They can be in prison or jail. They're going to still be served with the warrant as if they were on the street. There was a white inmate who had just got out of the hole from doing 30 days for failing to follow a directive of one of the staff members who happened to be a white correctional officer. This inmate had only been out of the hole for a few days, but there was another incident that took place. So of course, it's my job to go and serve him. And that's what I was going to do. This inmate is also one of the inmates that tattoo. So being that I know that you're one of the inmates that does the tattooing, I asked him before I went to go serve him and take him back to the hole. I said, do you have anything on you? Do you have anything on you at all? His response was no. I said, okay, do you have anything in your belongings that you're not supposed to have? He was just like, no. I'm not the type of person that needs to put on a show to show you who I am versus who you are. I'm just going here to do my job. Clock in, clock out, go home. That's it. So me asking him that question gave him the opportunity to say, yes, I do have things on my person or in my belongings that I'm not supposed to have. So I can go ahead and take them out or have him to take it out. I began to search his property so the officer can pack his belongings and send it to property. And as soon as I stick my hand inside of his locker box, a tattoo needle sticks me directly in the palm of my hand. Of course, I couldn't finish my search, so I told him to turn around, cuff up. Another officer comes down there, get him, take him to the hole, and I go directly to DOC's medical. So the captain who's on shift that day, he comes back there in medical. While the nurse is looking over my hand, she's telling him like she's going to have to go to outside medical immediately. He's telling her, no, she don't. Her hand isn't bleeding that bad. And anyway, that's just going to be another bill on the state. Of course, that made the Michael Myers come out of me. But anyways, fast forward, I go to outside medical. I come back 4 days later, only to return to that same inmate to be out of the hole. Not only was he out of the hole, they didn't charge him with that tattoo needle sticking me in the palm of my hand because they thought it was no big deal because I didn't bleed that bad. But here, the same inmate just served 30 days for failing to follow a directive of a staff member, which was a white CO. This isn't the first time that anything has ever happened between that inmate and a Black staff member. And each and every time, somehow they let him off the hook. Like I told y'all previously, I'm not above using the convict code. So if you know, you know.